Matt Reeves and DC are coming to San Diego Comic-Con. Will we finally get some answers about the status of the Batman 2 film? And we have more stage leaked photos from James Gunn's Superman movie. So you just might want to stick around. This is the Sox Rocker Show. Before I get started here, did you see that James Gunn recently released the official Superman logo for his new movie? Yeah. Anyway, well, here we are coming to the close of yet another week, and the DC news and rumor mills are up and running full force again. First off, it's being reported that Matt Reeves will be making an appearance at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday, the 27th of this month. He'll be there for the world premiere screening of Batman Caped Crusader, which, as we all know, oddly enough, premieres on Prime on August 1st. Now, it hasn't been announced at the time of me writing this, but I'm pretty sure that more than likely he'll also be discussing the Penguin series because, hey, it only makes sense, and it's dropping September 19th on HBO now instead of Max. Now, there will be a moderated Q&A session, and you can bet your boots that he'll get pummeled with questions about the ongoing, lingering status of the Batman 2 film and the sudden cancellation of his Arkham series. You know, that was due to be shown on the Max streaming service. Now, whether or not he'll address them both, well, that's a whole other thing entirely. Now, I wish he would give us something. Hell, I wish he'd give us anything new about where they are with the progress of the Batman 2 film. But I'm thinking if he does give us anything at all, it will be short and sweet and to the point. More than likely, simply just repeating the same production and release date information for the film that they gave us the last time that they gave us anything, and then finding a way to constructively sidestep the reasoning for Arkham's demise. I say this because I still don't believe that Reeves himself is calling all the final shots these days. My gut tells me Gunn and company are trying to shoehorn him into doing something that he really doesn't want to do. Like squeezing Pattinson's dark, brooding, and vengeful version of Batman into Gunn's bright and cheery, corn sweat Superman world, as opposed to having two versions of Batman running around. Now, as I talked about in my last show, it's no big secret that Emperor David Zaslav wants one and only one Dark Knight in the DCU. And as narcissistic as James Gunn is, it's a pretty safe bet that he wants that one and only Dark Knight to be his version. And if not, then I'm sure he damn well wants to say so on how he's going to walk, talk, act, and look. I said it before and I'll say it again. I can't see those two worlds meshing at all. Gunn has to inject colorful brightness, nostalgia, and questionable humor into damn near everything that he does these days. And not that there's anything wrong with those things, but that simply is not Matt Reeves. Now, can they come to some type of agreement? A DCU parlay, so to speak. You know, the two of them meeting each other halfway for the greater good of DC and all of mankind. Well, hell yeah, they can. Sure they can. Now, will they? Hell, who knows? I sure as hell don't know. I personally don't think so, but heck, I could be wrong about all this, you see, for I am simply theorizing here. The only things I do know for sure is that on the 27th of this month, San Diego Comic-Con, Matt Reeves is scheduled to appear for the very least Batman Caped Crusader, which premieres on Prime August 1st, and more than likely he'll discuss the Penguin series, which drops in September on HBO. His Arkham series, on the other hand, was scrapped, and we don't know why. James Gunn is currently filming his Superman film and claims to have not picked an actor for his version of Batman as of yet. Or if he has, he hasn't let on about it. Personally, I think he has someone in mind should the Pattinson idea not pan out. That's just Gunn. Hell, he knew who he had picked for Supergirl back before him and Saffron even got the keys to the DC kingdom. And we also know that Batman 2 has been in a DC gestation period for what seems like a freaking long time. Oh, and there's this. Gunn and Reeves are both stubborn and set in their ways. We know that too. Now, with all that said, once again, It's time for little Jimmy Gunn's Superman film, one leak pick at a time. First, we have a group of citizens in what we can only assume is Metropolis gathered around a food truck staring up at the sky, watching a Superman battle, perhaps? Maybe it's this battle, a pic that looks like Soups and Ultra Dude battling out over Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio, which is filling in for Metropolis, obviously. Next, we have Soups break things down a bit, explaining things a bit. And then we have Soups, well, his head anyways, and his hand sticking up out of a hole in the ground, pointing somewhere we don't know why. Perhaps he wants a chili dog from that food truck. And next we have Soups lying in a hole in the ground, presumably thrown there by Ultra Dude. Next we have Soups getting out of the sun, using an umbrella to cover up from the sun that oddly enough provides him with all of his powers. We have James Gunn. He's breaking things down a bit in the production tent. And then we finally and most disturbingly have the fearless leader himself, once again, little Jimmy Gunn, standing behind a dog in a Superman suit, looking like he wishes he was just about any place else on Earth, rather than being stuck between a light pole and the co-CEO of DC while wearing a cheap-ass Halloween warehouse Superman costume. And as they say, that's it for today. So do you think Matt Reeves will address Batman 2 at Comic-Con? Do you think he will talk about Arkham and why it went bye-bye all of a sudden? Do you think that James Gunn wants to force Pattinson's Batman into his Superman world? Do you think he's simply trying to force him out so he can create his own Batman? And finally, how do you feel about today's leaked stage Superman set photos? Feel free to leave any comments that you may have down below. And if you like the show even just a little bit, why don't you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next show. You know, I think these pics are just going to keep coming and coming every day. As always, thanks for stopping by. God bless and socks